It has been almost a year since the return of American Supreme Matt Clark, and this is his first major singles match against the Triple Crown Mexican monolith, Warlord Santos, in a non-title contest.
The next non-title match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Smithfield, North Carolina, weighing 275 pounds, American Supreme, Matt Clark.
All throughout the 2010s, American Supreme Matt Clark was the face of RWL. Long-time World Heavyweight Champion, multi-time Tag Team Champion, and now one half of the Southern Gentleman, reaching out, striking out on his own, trying to regain the RWL World Heavyweight Championship away from the Mexican monolith Warlord Santos.
I could tell he was going to have a tough time. I mean, he's efficient, he's great, I mean, he's wonderful, he's got skills up the wazoo. But Warlord Santos has just been, well, unstoppable, hasn't he?
These two guys haven't clashed in a long, long time, and Matt's still got a lot of hostility towards Santos for knocking him off the peak, and he don't care that the Mexican monolith is reformed from his days as Scott Bell's notorious enforcer. All he knows is he wants to be world champion again, and he's gonna drive on that. I just hope he doesn't run in wild, cause Santos will wipe up the canvas with American Supreme if he starts making hot-headed mistakes.
Hot-headed mistakes will always get you into trouble, Christy.
American Supreme, pacing that ring like a caged animal waiting for the Mexican monolith to show up. And I'm sure he's got at least a year's worth of pent-up hostility he'd like to let out.
And his opponent from Hidalgo, Mexico, weighing 496 pounds. He is an RWL Triple Crown champion and the reigning RWL World Heavyweight Champion, the Mexican monolith, Warlord Santos.
Warlord Santos coming out here with Sylvia Strong wearing only the RWL World Heavyweight Championship, as if to make a point to American Supreme. This is mine and you can't have it.
Yeah, that seems to be his attitude. You know him. I mean, he's like Joseph von Schmidt. He beat the tar out of Joseph von Schmidt. So I don't know what's going to happen to Matt Clark. I just don't know. This one, I can't call this one. It's impossible. Forget it.
Yeah, Myron. Let's not forget Santos' side of the argument, because he's worked mad hard to get to where he is today. And whether Matt likes it or not, Santos is the current face of the men's division these days.
That he is.
And the only thing Clark, or anyone else, can do is try to change it, and that's not going to be an easy thing. You could count the Mexican monolith's losses this year on one hand, even if you're missing a finger or two. And he's got a little hostility towards American Supreme, just because Clark, absolutely, threatens his spot on the roster. I'm afraid those two will never find anything like common ground.
No, indeed, Christy, I think you're absolutely right. These two are going to be rivals for the rest of their natural lives.
You know, when Matt lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Santos, he took it very personally. Expect a lot of animosity here.
I would certainly expect nothing less, Myron. Here we go. The bell sounds. They come center ring Santos with a chop to the throat of American Supreme. Clark, escorted against the ropes, counters with an elbow, delivers a left to the midsection, whips Santos into the far corner. And American Supreme rounds up Santos. Look at this, the power. 496 pounds on one arm. Drops the Mexican monolith center ring. And now starts stretching the arms. Warlord Santos. Oh, counter. Kick to the head. Santos catches the kick to the midsection. They lock up again. An uppercut from Matt Clark. And another. Wow. And a third. Santos refusing to go down. Whipped into the far corner. And Matt Clark. One more time here. Just, inverted dragon sleeper just hanging the Mexican monolith up there. You know, Santos gathered up again by American Supreme. Hard whip up over the top rope and out onto the floor. And here comes American Supreme right after him. Santos counters, shoves him away. Swing and a miss from Santos. Oh, he didn't miss with that one. Shot to the midsection. Now the Mexican monolith Gathers American Supreme up. He's gauging the weight up and over into a vertical suplex outside on the floor as the referee's count continues. Clark, escorting Santos back inside, makes his way back into the ring himself. Santos with a throat chop and whoa, quick counter from American Supreme. Whips Santos out onto the apron again. Look at this right here, American Supreme at Clark. Santos, whoa, right into the apron on his back. American Supreme at Clark, look at this. Pulling the switch with a nasty arm breaker. Santos counters it into a dragon screw. Clark counters with a kick. Sylvia Strong giving these guys a seriously wide berth, and justifiably so. The Mexican Monolith drops not one but two elbows on the chest of American Supreme. Look at this wrap-around DDT. Head first into the floor for Santos. The Mexican Monolith counters with a knee. Locks Clark up. Fireman's carry position, slams his back right into the lip of the apron. Santos rounds him up again. Rolls Matt Clark back into the ring. Warlord Santos catching an uppercut. Counters. Matt Clark counters with a kick. They lock up again. Oh! Hard shot to the midsection. Clark whipped into the far corner. Now Santos. Raining blows on the head of American Supreme as the fans count them out. Wow. The Mexican Monolith. Tired of the abuse at the hands of Matt Clark. And he's going to make him pay. Whoa! The King of the Monsters drives a knee into the back of American Supreme. A fusillade of kicks as Clark is rounded up, quickly countering Santos. Snap suplex. And Matt Clark trying to regain the momentum he had in the initial goings of this match. Santos has him up. Oh, pile driver. That's going to definitely impact Matt's game right here. As Santos rolls him over, goes for the cover and hooks the leg here. 1, 2, but no, only a 2 count. As Matt Clark powers out of the pin. Now Santos makes his way up to the, oh man, look at the height. And Warlord Santos, as Matt Clark gets up to his feet, changes his mind about it, does Santos knee to the midsection. Locks up Clark again. Has him up over the shoulder, drops him head first into the top turnbuckle. And now Santos making the climb one more time. And this time it pays off with a knee across the chest of American Supreme. Clark gathered back up. The Mexican Monolith has him up over the shoulders. Look at this. Crucifix powerbomb. And that might wrap it up. 1, 2. Matt Clark showing that resilience that he has shown over the years, powering out of a pin that definitely would have ended most matches. Santos misses with the kick. Clark takes him down. Classic wrestling takedown. Follows it up with a stomp to the back of the head. And now into an armbar as referee Walt Rothburn monitors the situation. Santos manipulating his way out of that one. Delivers a couple of hard rights and breaks the hold. Clark with an uppercut. Clark with a second that takes Santos down. As American Supreme takes himself all the way up to the top. And whoa, leg drop. Whoa, what a leg drop on the Mexican Monolith. Matt Clark gathers him up, setting himself up. Whoa, what a nice sweep from American Supreme as he covers. 1, 2, and another near fall as the Mexican Monolith refusing to yield to American Supreme Matt Clark in this non-title matchup. Clark shoved away by the Mexican Monolith back to his feet. Rounds up Clark hard, right, spins him around, goes behind rear waistlock, and just hurls him across town like a bag of trash. Clark with a dragon screw takes Santos right back down again. American Supreme delivers a kick to the back and keeping Santos off his vertical base, which is a wise strategy for a man that size. Clark Rounds him up. Another uppercut, a chop across the chest. Santos says, oh, no, you don't. Warlord Santos with Clark. Oh, another set of snake eyes across the turnbuckle. And now American Supreme back on the canvas and back in trouble as the Mexican Monolith makes his way to the top rope yet again, exhorting Matt Clark to get to his feet here. And here we go. Fails to connect with the double axe handle. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but it did. Atomic drop. Followed up with a beautiful splash. 496 pounds. Tried it a second time, but no good. Matt Clark just in time out of the way. Another uppercut from Clark. A left and a right and a left and another right. And Santos, look at this. American Supreme Matt Clark with a fusillade of blows that takes the Mexican Monolith down to the canvas again. Wow. American Supreme now clearly in control of things. Flip over neck whip. Followed up with a stomp to the leg as Matt Clark goes all the way up to the top rope. The Mexican Monolith slowly getting to his feet, and here we go. Double axe handle across the head, and down goes the Mexican Monolith. Matt Clark relentless into another armbar. And now American Supreme with another flip over neck whip. And oh, here we go. Look at this. Into a submission. Stretch and Santos. And I don't believe it. Warlord Santos is tapping out. American Supreme wins this match by submission.
The time was 8 minutes and 3 seconds, and your winner, American Supreme Matt Clark.
A message to anyone that works here. Stay away from Sylvia Strong for the next couple of hours unless you want to hear a lot of F-bombs. Between this loss by the Originals and this loss by Warlord Santos, forget it. You don't want to be around Sylvia Strong right now.
Indeed, Sylvia Strong, team manageress of 2024, got to be upset with these two losses between the Originals and Warlord Santos.
To hell with that. Matt Clark just got himself a win that's gonna make people sit up and take notice. Seems he's not only doing well with the Southern Gentlemen, as one half of the TV Tag Champs, but he's finding his groove with singles matches too, and he just beat the very baddest of the bad. I have a feeling this isn't just a dumb luck win. I think Clark has finally gotten his mojo back, because that performance was like the Matt Clark from 10 years ago.
Our main event when we return.